ChezPride. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I want to go over the SDX Drop that just dropped today on April 2nd, 2024. If you don't know what SDX Drop is, basically a Sims Delivery Express, which is basically a patch update but smaller, and it doesn't require you removing your mods because it's typically just like a couple things, like a couple hairstyles or a t-shirt or like a couple build item modes, or maybe like even possibly one bug fix that's like an emergency that needs to get in the patch immediately. You know, Sims uses it for stuff that's small enough it doesn't really need a whole patch update. Basically, all you do to get this is you load up your game, you go into settings, and there's a whole category in the settings for the SDX Drop. You download it, and then once it's downloaded, you restart your game, and then you have whatever content or bug fix it is provided. It's typically content. It's typically free content, so it's really nice just to get a small free item every now and then. And today they are focusing their items on expanding diversity and representation in the game. So they've paired with a couple of darker skinned Simmers and made some hairstyles that would typically be put on those type of Sims. So I'm going to be reading this article on it. I think there is a a video. They're interviewing these Simmers and whatnot, and then I will jump into game and show you the two hairs we got today, as well as a sneak preview as for another SDX shop coming in the later months. So that's kind of what's going to be going on in this video. So let's jump into it, shall we? So it says how the Sims and its partners are expanding diversity and representation in gaming. Maxis teams up with Dark and Lovely and Danielle Equinox to try to help more players see themselves in games. Also, this is just on the EA website. I didn't download it from their Twitter or anything this time. I just straight went to the EA website, and that's how I found this. Alright, it says, here at Maxis, inclusivity is one of our key values. We know that inclusion matters, and we aim to ensure everyone feels represented, not just in our games, but also how we work. It is ingrained in our very culture of our studios, which I will say they definitely have gotten better about representation over the years. When Sims 4 came out, it wasn't that great. But they've done a couple of really big patch updates since then to really make this statement somewhat true. Somewhat. Anyways, so when we got the opportunity to work with both legendary beauty brand Dark and Lovely and multi-award winning game content creator and DEI advocate Danielle Equinox, I know I'm murdering that name, I'm sorry. I know how to pronounce it, it's just not coming out correctly. We leaped at the chance. The result is a play in color, a campaign and documentary that shines a spotlight on the importance of authenticity, a representation in the game. For much of the history of video game industry, authenticity, representation, and features of people of color and other marginalized communities have been significantly underrepresented. These groups have made a substantial segment of the gaming community from the very beginning, but games have often dramatically underrepresented black hairstyles in particular. At Maxis, we have been grateful for the chance to help make progress towards better representation through in-game releases. This includes I merged this too. Vigalago skin features, updated Satownies, in-game characters, incorporating different backgrounds, regional features, and skin tones to match their stories, and collaborations with the sensitive community of talented creators. Our updates give players The Sims the resources to create characters that look like them and tell their stories and reflect their lived experiences. But there is so much more room to grow. So, the last part says, this is why we are so pleased to be collaborating with Dark and Lovely and Equinox to help draw attention to both of the progress that has been made and need for or continual improvement. To start, we are supporting our partners with the launch of the campaign that includes a documentary video showcasing the voices of Equinox, the Sims 4 teammate, senior creative director Anna, and assistant producer Smallwood, and Eric Sims from Dark and Lovely team who are helping to drive this progress. Take a look. So I've actually pulled this up on YouTube because it doesn't like to my recording system doesn't like to pick up on this, but it did pick up on this. So it's like a 7-minute video, but let's just watch it. I haven't watched this yet, so this is going to be my first time watching it.
But representation for...
Here we go.
73% of African Americans enjoy video games. But representation for Black gamers has been lacking historically. We spoke with Black players to find out what would make them feel more included in games. One key answer, hair. That's why Dark and Lovely is launching the Play in Color campaign.
Over the past 50 or so years, we've been a brand that's championed creativity and expression for women of color. We really stepped in when there was nothing there and created the products specifically made for women of color, and that's how our journey began.
This is going to be a huge deal, this whole collaboration with Dark and Lovely and The Sims. Two great brands coming together to make change in the world. It's just so big.
Our simmers and our player base are very diverse, and so is our team. Diversity is not a feature, it's a pillar of the game. Dark and Lovely is one of those perspectives. Having that expertise and that nuance that we might not see, I think is what's gonna bring like a hairstyle or a color to life. That is where we get very specific, nuanced, authentic styles that someone can go and say, that is me. That is what I look like. I feel seen, and it's exactly how I would do it at home.
I think our values very much align. Like, they want to drive creativity and expression. They want to create a safe space where people feel like they can express themselves and be creative and free. And that's exactly the same goal that we want to have, right? We started this a long time ago in real life. They started it in digital life, and now our words are merging together.
Play in Color is a campaign that champions diversity and inclusion and spotlights the game changers who are redefining the rules in the gaming industry. Dark and Lovely is partnering with life simulation game The Sims 4 and gaming creator Ebonics to raise awareness on the lack of diversity in game, but also to create new tools for Black gamers to express themselves in virtual worlds.
The Sims is a life simulation game where players get to express and create stories of their life and of other people. On the Sims team, we want to make sure that we are telling all of their stories, that we're creating a safe space for people that normally have been othered in other products or parts of society. And so we are working on creating safe spaces for gender, ethnicity, sexual orientation, and disability. By doing that, our players can really, truly see themselves being seen.
I first started creating in The Sims in 2015. A lot of my focus in the beginning was just about what I wanted to see. But then when I started sharing the mods, I really recognized that there was a massive gap and that it wasn't just me who didn't feel seen in the game, it was the community.
I think Dark and Lovely wants to enter into the digital space because it's only natural as we progress with technology. Every day we spend more and more time in digital spaces, and we want to have the tools available to create ourselves that we see every day in our real life in those digital spaces as well.
Did I see myself in games? No, I didn't. Blackness wasn't really seen as the beauty standard. We weren't seen as beautiful. We weren't told that our hair is beautiful. We weren't told that your skin is beautiful. There was just so much negativity when it came to Blackness growing up, which is why I'm doing this. I don't want young people growing up to not see themselves in the game. I want when you see the name Ebonics on a piece of custom content, it means that you're going to be able to see yourself in the game. Like, this is less about me and more about the future generations of not just simmers but gamers, why should we have that anxiety when you load up a game and you can't see yourself? No, not if I have anything to do with it.
Danielle is a change maker. Culture doesn't move forward without people like her, right? She came into a space and saw there was an opportunity gap, and she chose to create the things that she needed, not only for herself, but for her community.
I like to tell people that I've been playing the game since the womb because my mom played The Sims when she was pregnant with me. It's been in my life, forever. Finally working at The Sims and being a simmer, it's like mind-blowing. Like, I didn't know this would ever be possible. So just being able to experience this is like a dream come true, really. It is honestly so amazing to be doing this with Danny. I've had her mod since I started playing The Sims. It was one of the first mods I got for like different hairstyles. And at the time, there wasn't really many hairstyle options that resonated with me that I could relate to in the game. And being able to use her hairstyles to be able to tell my stories is such a big deal. So being able to see her in person, it's just so mind-blowing. Like, wow, you really helped me.
Braids, locks, curls, froze, baby hair, the edges.
Hair.
I think when I first dropped a hairstyle that had serious proper edges, I can remember the community going nuts because it was like, oh my God.
We needed this.
We needed this. It's that feeling seen, it's those nuances. The thing that I am most excited about the Playing Colour campaign is now we're seeing just how important representation, diversity, inclusion is in games, and companies are starting to recognise that. And one thing that I like about Dark and Lovely is that they're being a driving force within that, getting involved, actually showing why it's important and why these beautiful, rich colours and curls and all these things are so important, not just IRL, but within games. And actually seeing the Dark and Lovely colours in person, it's inspired me in so many ways. Oh, good. Babes, your hair looks sensational.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
I feel beautiful.
It's always nice to get inspiration kind of online, but actually being able to go down there, see how the colours interact with the curl patterns, see how it looks from start to finish, all of those things has been quite essential to what my next stage of this is, which is going back home and creating mods so that we can see these popping pinks and these virtual violets and these reality reds in The Sims. I can't wait.
As a part of Play in Color, Dark and Lovely is working with The Sims and Ebonics to create new hair colors and styles for your in-game avatar. Together, we're creating more ways for you to express yourself in-game and show your style. Here's to more voices, more stories, and a gaming universe as inclusive as our real ones. Learn more at darkandlovely.com/playincolor.
All right, so that is the collaboration and all about those simmers and creators. So, they're just trying to be even more inclusive. Like, that's kind of been the thing for the last 4 years in The Sims. Is almost everything they're coming out with, their goal is to be more inclusive, whether that be with gender or sexual orientation or skin tones or just all that. They've been trying to be more inclusive, which is definitely appreciated, even in the small gestures like this. So, in honor of this collaboration, they now say, next, building on the previous collaborations with Ebonics on in-game features like skin tones and nail options, we are working with hair professionals at Dark and Lovely to introduce 24 color combinations across 2 existing hairstyles in April 2024, inspired by the company's newest hair color collection. So these are the 2 hair colors or hairstyles that they have added more swatches to. They haven't really added more swatches to the actual hair swatch or the hairstyle, because these are actual hairstyles in game that you can have, and they're just in the plain colors. But now there's a second version of these hairstyles, which is what you're looking at now. So, there's that's why there's 24 more colors, because it's technically a different hairstyle, but it's the same hairstyle just with color. So I have these pulled up on a sim in my game. Let me jump into that and go through all the color swatches with you guys. Okay, so here we are. I just downloaded these sims off the gallery and added the hairstyles that I needed with them. So this first one is probably my favorite out of the two, and it's the buns. I've been using this hairstyle since before it got a texture update. Like, back in the first couple of years of the game, this hairstyle came out. I believe it came out in pack and then got moved to base game. And then after it got moved to base game, I think, I may be wrong, but I remember it being a big deal when it came into this hair texture, because originally it was not this texture. It was just two buns that looked very not realistic at all. So, they've already worked with this hair before, but now they're adding color. So I think that's interesting. But it's a cute little like space bun moment. So here are all the colors. We have, it's all the same base colors, but they have colors added to them. So there is red and purple. We have some brown, just brown on brown, brown on purple, brown on green, brown on blonde. Why do they always pair red and purple together? I just don't get it. Okay, there's red and purple, orangey red on red, orange on green. Again, not my favorite choice. Blonde on violet, or not violet, lilac. Blonde more pastel lilac. Yellow on red. Blonde on green. Blonde on neon green. Very interesting choices on some of these. Gray on like a light purple. You can almost not tell the difference, but I love it. It's actually a very natural shade. Like, I can't think of the word. Gradient. It's a natural gradient. Ombre, that's the word I was looking for. Alright, but blonde on gray. And then gray on teal. Pinkish purple on purple. Pink on orange. Interesting. I actually kind of like that. Blue on green. Teal on purple. Green on yellow. Brown on a lighter blondish brown. And black on purple. So if you're wondering what the hairstyle that this is originally for looked like, it's not right next to it, which I find a bit annoying. But this is what the original looks like. So it's this hairstyle with color. So here we are. And then right next to that one is the next hairstyle, which is also a recolor of a hair. But I don't know if it's a base game hair, because I looked and I can't find the original. But I know I've seen this in like a non-color form. So I don't know. It's just weird. But I will go through the colors just like I did with the other ones. So I'm going to show it from the side because it has that ponytail holder. I'm pretty sure it changes color. So we have black on blonde and red. We have black on blonde and blue. Brown on purple. We have brown on teal. We have a blondish brown on like a reddish color. Brown on purple. Red on purple. Orange on a brownish blonde. Orange on purple. Blonde on pink. Blonde on lilac. A very yellowy color on red. Very reminds me of McDonald's. Blonde on teal. Blonde on neon green. Blue and silver. Blonde on orangey peach color, which again I actually like. Purple on a gray purple. Pink on orange. Blue on purple, which is my current hair color combination, so that's cool to see. We have teal on green. We have green on neon green. We have brown on red and black on green. I actually really like this black on green. That's really nice. Hold up, I may leave that. I kind of like that, but I also really like the brown swatches on her.
Ooh.
So I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with it though, because I think it looks cool. But that is both the new hairs or the new swatches of the hair. Let's jump back into the article for the very last part of it. Okay, and lastly, they talk about in the article that they are going to be featuring a new hairstyle in July with Dark and Lovely. It is a masculine hairstyle. It kind of has a preview picture here. So here are all the angles. I actually really like it. I think we need more longer put back hairstyles for guys. I wish we could have some more that were this long but not dreads. But I understand why they're dreads. So I understand. But I do like it. I do like it. No complaints. And it kind of shows us a preview of all the different colors. So it has some plain, has some colorful. It might actually be two hairstyles, like, and it just gets one. Oh, we have one with plain swatches and one with color swatches, because that's kind of what they just did. So that would make sense. And then the rest of this is just interview questions with Equinox and Dark. What was it? Dark and Lovely. Oh my god, yeah, Dark and Lovely. I don't really want to go through and read those, but they're here if you want to read them. So that is it for this video, you guys. I always love doing little news update videos. I just think they're so fun to keep up with the news for The Sims. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end this one here. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and all that awesome stuff, because you guys are awesome people. I'll see you next time. Alright,